How Reddit was founded. Reddit is a company most of us have used or heard of at least once in our lifetimes. The $10+ billion company was built by two young college kids. Here is their unheard roots hooray. Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian, the founders of Reddit, both studied computer science at the University of Virginia. Their dorms were across from each other, which led to them becoming good friends. One of the things they bonded over was their shared desire to potentially pursue entrepreneurship after college. During their senior years, they decided they wanted to start a company together. The first idea the duo had was an app called MindBubble Menu that would allow people to order food from their cell phones. On spring of the duo's senior year in college, March 2005, Paul Graham, the founder of Y Combinator, was scheduled to give a talk at Harvard about building startups. Steve Huffman, one of the Reddit co-founders, thought it would be cool to meet him and pitch Paul their new app idea. During the event, Steve had one of the books of Paul Graham on coding using Lisp and wanted Paul to sign the book. Alexis, the other founder, got Paul Graham's attention and started chatting him up at the event to help Steve get his book signed. Right after getting the book signed, Alexis decided to ask Paul Graham if they could buy him a coffee to get his feedback on their startup idea. Alexis and Steve ended up meeting with Paul Graham at a cafe and pitching him their startup idea. Soon after the pitch, Paul announces a new project called Y Combinator and invites the duo to apply to the program. The idea behind Y Combinator is startups apply, and if their ideas are good enough, they get in to get funding and mentorship from Paul Graham's team. Even tough Alexis and Steve were invited to apply. They were rejected after pitching the program directors. Despite their idea being great, the timing was off. This was the early 2000s and the iPhone wasn't even out yet. Therefore, it would have been incredibly difficult building that sophisticated of an app. While on the train back to Virginia, Alexis received a phone call from Paul Graham about their YC application. Paul said the team liked both of the entrepreneurs but hated the idea. Paul Graham went on to suggest the duo apply with another idea that can work with the existing technologies. The one rule Paul Graham gave the two was to not build something on mobile phones. The two entrepreneurs come up with the idea for Reddit in summer of 2005 and began working on it. The idea was to build the front page of the internet. There was an increasing amount of content being created on the internet and no central place where users could find and access all of the content. What makes building any form of social media difficult is getting early users to generate content that can attract more users. In order to work around the problem, Alexis and Steve created fake accounts and made fake posts to make it seem like people were using the website. At some point, Reddit was put on the radar of other internet users and Reddit co-founders started to notice real accounts making real posts. As users started to create and engage, the founders started adding new features like subreddits, tags, flares, etc., and the rest, as they say, is history 1.